he's ready.
Cry is the linchpin of our operation. Make certain you follow Ingram's orders to the letter.
Okay, yeah, guys, what he said. Let's read his terminal. We have Kells KS 390LC, Paladin Hudson, Priority Communication, Forward Lancer Captain Kells to Elder Maxon. We've picked up some disturbing news regarding a rise in super mutant activity near the Commonwealth, and Paladin Hudson has bravely volunteered to single-handedly investigate. This mission will take the Paladin deep into hostile territory, so he'll need all the support we can provide. I'm having Deacon give Paladin Hudson an ample supply of ammunition, and making sure Ingram certifies that his power armor is in peak condition. I'm also allowing Paladin Hudson full use of one of our vertebrate gunships, so I'll have one prepped immediately. Okay. Next is from Kels again. Recon Squad Artemis. Forward. Or is that from Lancer Captain Kels to Elder Maxon? As requested, I'm providing you with all of the current information we have on Recon Squad Artemis. According to our records, we sent them into the Commonwealth approximately 3 years ago to perform a standard survey, beginning with the Malden area. We received a few reports from the team and then abruptly lost contact. Nothing in their communications indicated anything unusual, so we assume they've either lost the ability to radio us or have been killed. The squad consisted of 7 soldiers under the command of Paladin Bradis, so they certainly had plenty of firepower and the experience required to survive a deep recon mission. I have several recon teams searching for Artemis's whereabouts, but so far they've been unsuccessful. Well, I'm pretty sure we found that for them already. And we got Ingram IG 444PR Prydwen concerns from Proctor Ingram to Elder Maxon. As you know, in order to get the Prydwen rapidly to the Commonwealth, I had my engineering team pull her older power plant and replace it with an updated fusion plant we pulled from the aircraft carrier wreckage. I was able to squeeze almost 100% efficiency from the new reactor, but the system is burning through our coolant supply faster than expected. As we've been docked over the airport, I've been able to deactivate the main engines to cool down the reactor, but we're still eating up coolant when we're in hover mode. We're eventually going to hit a point where we'll run out of coolant. If that happens, we'll need to put the Prydwen on the ground. I desperately need your help if you want to prevent that from happening. I'll be certain to provide you with the details at our next briefing. Oh shit, we gotta land that puppy. This puppy. Okay, we have Cade CD440KC Proctor Ingram. Oh god, guys, what did she do? From Knight Captain Cade to Lancer Captain Kells and Elder Maxon. As requested, I've sent over my evaluation of Proctor Ingram's capabilities in the field. In my professional opinion, Ingram is fully capable of handling field operations and would benefit any team fortunate enough to have her with them. Before the Prydwen left the capital wasteland, I spent 6 months helping her design the power armor frame she's using to enhance her mobility. She's trained in the armor rigorously and is fully qualified, actually more than qualified to be placed with our ground troops. I've been treating wounded soldiers for almost 2 decades, and I've yet to see anyone that can match Ingram's level of commitment and determination. Confining her to ship the ship would be a waste of resources and a damn fucking shame. I wonder if they curse. Or in here, I don't know. Tegan TG 477PR. Armored jacket. From Proctor Tegan to Elder Maxon. You'll be pleased to know that work on the armored reinforcement plating for your jacket is complete, and I'll be more than happy to send up a scribe to retrieve it when you're ready. The plating is fairly strong, but I think you'll appreciate how lightweight the entire jacket will feel once the modification is made. I've stress tested the plating, and it should help you resist different types of energy weapon fire, as well as most ballistic threats. After you try it on, let me know if it's more comfortable to wear long term, or if I need to make any adjustments to the design. Okay, Kells KS390LC Forge Strong. His jacket almost reminds me of the suit that Shuri made T'Challa, but I know his would take all the energy and push it out. So it's just a fucking armor jacket. I don't know, it just made me think of that. Okay, from Lancer Captain Kells to Elder Maxon. According to Proctor Quinlan, we have a serious security threat on our hands. There's a sizable stockpile of Fat Man shells being kept nearby at the remains of Fort Strong. More disturbingly, the facility is currently held by a super mutant contingent of an unknown size. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. I'm certain I don't have to remind you that the super mutants are strong enough to utilize the weapons, and that the Prydwen is well within a Fat Man launcher's range. I urge you to send someone down there immediately to deal with this threat before we end up as targets for their nuclear arsenal. Kells. Again, on a Fort Strong update from, of course, Kells to Maxon. I wanted to inform you that I'm having all of the Fat Man shells recovered from Fort Strong moved from the armory ruins to the lower cargo area of the Prydwen. This will ensure that the weapons remain protected as we prepare for our assault on the Institute. Okay. Ingram Institute data from Ingram to Maxon. I'm pleased to report that our new recruit, Omi, has returned from the Institute with the holotape full of sensitive data. I've given the tape to Proctor Quinlan so his team can begin decrypting the information immediately. As soon as we have any concrete information, I'll be sure to let you know. I have no idea where I am in the story, to be honest. And Ingram again, Liberty Prime. From Ingram to Maxon, of course. Now that the gantry is complete, construction on Liberty Prime can begin. I've pulled almost my entire engineering team onto the project, as well as some of Quinlan's scribes to assist with the complex calculations needed to get him on his feet. If our new recruit is successful, we'll have the rest of the parts we need to complete the project, and you can march Prime right up to the Institute front door. First of all, of course I'm going to be successful, even though I assume it's with the end. Okay. That is it for Maxon. Let's walk over. Oh, he got up with me. Let's walk over to Kells. He's not in here though. Maxon MX001E. Let's see. Of course, from Max to Kells. Captain, I need you to prepare the Prydwen for departure. Archivist Knox has completed the analysis of the energy readings we received from Paladin Dance's recon team and has concluded that they're being produced by the Institute. Knox is certain that the energy readings could only be produced by artificial means and only with an extremely advanced level of technology. Judging from the frequency she's ready to depart. With all due respect, it would be helpful if you could let me know exactly where we're headed. It's difficult preparing this vessel properly, not knowing what type of environment we're flying her through. I am well aware that we're pointed north, but just how far are we going? And what can we expect when we get there, Captain? Were they not fucking allowed to tell anyone? Okay. Cade, CP-25. From Knight Captain Cade to Lancer Captain Ghost. And Maxon, this is what we read earlier. Okay. Tegan, CP-39. From Proctor Tegan to Lancer Captain Ghost. Now that we've arrived in the Commonwealth, I'd like to establish trade relations with the locals. I'm going to need a standard sweep and retrieve team and one of our vertibirds in order to make that happen. There are several caravans that roam the Commonwealth, and we'll use the vertibirds to track them. If any of the caravan gets jumped, we can swoop in and lend a hand to let them know that we're the friendly eye in the sky. Since you can't normally buy that kind of protection from mercenaries, we'll be certain to get the best prices and values for trades. I've used the same tactic in the capital wasteland and it worked wonders. Out here, with the threat of the Institute looming over their heads, we'll have these merchants eating out of our hands. Yeah, well, buddy, some of them are fucking informants, so are they scared? Quinlan, CP-50. From Proctor Quinlan to Lancer Captain Ghost. After examining technical documents brought in by one of our patrols, I've identified Fort Strong as a priority target. The location was an experimental weapons testing facility, and according to their manifest, it should still contain a sizable stockpile of Fat Man shells. According to the patrol, the fort is inhabited by super mutants, so we're in serious jeopardy of losing the stockpile if something isn't done immediately. You should get on that. We get on that. That's us. Okay. Looks like we are going. Oh, he has one right here. Why wouldn't he give it to him? We're gonna head over here. We're taking a short little walk. Are we starting left or right? Let's do left. Hello?
Looking for medical assistance, soldier?
No. Not interested.
Not right now.
Fine.
Anyway. Oh, Kate is this guy. I was wondering. Okay. Let's read his shit. Medical files. Let's do the mail first. We're reading everyone's mail. Alright, Maxon PM097 from Elder Maxon to Cade. As we undertake our urgent mission in the Commonwealth, I feel that the mental well-being of the crew should remain a top priority for your department. Oh wow, look at him. He's so thoughtful. He cares about his crew. Okay, anyway, I am well aware that being sequestered abroad this vessel can take its toll. If you observe any issues relating to the stresses that these lengthy missions can cause, I want you to treat it as though a legitimate illness is being reported. If we have any hope of defeating the Institute, we cannot afford to lose even a single soldier to mental instability. Okay, look at him, he cares. Maxon PM099. From Maxon to Cade, of course. I've received your concern about Proctor's Ingram's condition, and I can assure you she is more than capable of handling herself. She's already proven to be an extremely valuable member of this crew, and I will not place her on mandatory leave until you've proven to me that she's physically incapable of handling her duties. Okay, buddy, you're kind of contradicting yourself in that last message. Was that like a day's freaking part? Okay, from Tegan to Cade. Our latest sweep and retrieve patrol came back with some medical supplies. If you have some extra time, use it for training. We're running a bit low on ammunition supplies, and these medical supplies are as good as cabs with the locals. And then Kells. Kells to Cade. I finished reading your medical report on Night Sergeant Murrick. The fact that he managed to survive long enough to reach the Prydwen and deliver his report is absolutely incredible. The sacrifice that he made for the sake of our mission is a testament to his dedication and loyalty. We will be holding a memorial service on the ship's forecastle at sunset this evening. I sincerely hope you'll be able to attend. He died. Did he, survive long enough just to make it? R.I.P. Merrick. Okay. Medical files. Okay, medical file DN 407P treated. Oh, my baby father. This is about my baby. Paladin dance. Patient symptoms included instability to sleep and a dull throbbing pain in head. All standard texts are negative. Evidence suggests post-traumatic stress disorder or similar issue. Until severity of issue increases, recommend voluntary removal from active duty. Patient was informed, but is currently in the field. Okay, medical file IG444PR. Okay, ongoing. This is Ingram. Oh shit. This is Ingram. Press the right one, Rue. Proctor Ingram. Patient is complaining of phantom pain from limb loss. Previously prescribed painkiller and Stimpack mixture appears ineffective. Dosage has been increased to 30 milligrams a day, which is maximum allowable to remain duty capable. Patient also describes nightmares of limb loss incident, which is not unusual considering the level of trauma. We'll continue to monitor, bro. I want to go give Ingram a hug. I'm gonna go. You know what? After I do this, I'm gonna see what I can help her with, guys. Let's take a load off of her. Okay, medical file TG477PR treatise is Proctor Tegan. Patient slipped and fell due to intoxication. Bro, we got someone with missing limbs. Don't come in here that you got fucking drunk. Okay. Causing minor laceration on forehead and contusion to upper chest. Applied Stimpack and recommended a minimum 8-hour bed rest. This is third intoxication-related medical incident for patient, so I ordered treatment program to begin. As per regulations, send this man to rehab. Is that the guy across? Is Tegan the guy across the street with the documents? Jesus. Why is that? Medical file MR192KS. Deceased. Oh, this is the Merrick or whatever, maybe. Yeah, Night Sergeant Merrick. Patient returned from patrol with critical injuries from exposure to nuclear warhead detonation. Injuries: left arm and leg missing, several internal trauma, left hemisphere of head severely burned, and acute radiation poisoning. Attempted emergency surgery, but patient died after 3 hours. Patient's remains were incinerated as per regulation. Everyone, please take a moment of silence for Night Sergeant Merrick. They were a good soldier. They apparently went through a nuclear detonation and still made their trek over to the Prydwen, or wherever they were, to the Prydwen to finish their mission. Sorry, gotta be serious. Let's take a moment of silence. Okay, moment of silence taken for a followed character room. Okay, medical file OG133ES treated. Engineering scribe ostrich. Patient suffering from discoloration rash. pustules and radioactive residue in groin area. Symptoms consistent with sexually transmitted disease from ghoul species. Patient treated and report has been sent to Proctor Ingram as per regulation. Actually, I'm sending a picture to Juan. He's at work. Cause that's crazy. I've never seen that. Was that the kid that, I don't remember no, I don't think that was the kid that was feeding them. Guys, pause. 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 Guys, pause. What the fuck? Guys, he was fucking ghouls. I would have shot him on the spot. I'm gonna find this fucker. Engineering scribe ostrich, guys. I want you guys to remember that face. Or remember that name. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up right now to see if he's an actual character in the game. I don't think anyone has found him. Cause like, what the, guys? I am, okay. Why did I read this, guys? Guys, I'm sorry. Okay, was that, yeah, that was it. What the, you treated that and you didn't, like, shoot him. Is it you or you ostrich? That's, no. Are you?
Glad to see you've returned safely from the Institute, sister.
Yeah, cool. I'm looking for ostrich. I assume it's a fucking man. Yeah, I need to calm down. I need some cat time. Cat to cat. Hello? Cat to cat to cat. Okay. Yeah, no, I need some, like, time to, like, what the fuck? That is crazy. So, let's enjoy a shot of the cat.
Ah, Knight. You have technical documents, perhaps? Or looking to assist on a research patrol?
Alright. Enough cat time. Let's go through this fucker's shit. Man, the shit that they know. The rise of Elder Max. Okay, let's read through their mail first. Let's be nosy, guys. Okay, from Maxon, DR078. From Maxon to Quinlan. After we arrive in the Commonwealth, I want you to begin organizing sweep and retrieve teams. Take as many men as you need and coordinate the duty rosters with Lancer Captain Kells. I want as much information about these energy readings from Tance's team as you can find. We could be on the brink of discovering the location of the Institute, so this needs to be your top priority. Bro, your top priority should be finding the fucker. That was fucking ghouls, bro. That. Okay, from Maxon, DR092. From Maxon to Quinlan, Proctor Ingram is requesting any information that will assist her reconstruction efforts. I've passed along your gantry design to Kells, and we're both confident that it would be completed by the time her project is ready. We have a lot of resources riding on the success of Ingram's mission, so I expect you to help her in any way that you can. Ingram, DR094. From Ingram to Quinlan. I've sent over the proper forms requisition 2 more scribes, and you denied them. Oh, okay. I don't need you slowing me down on this, Quinlan. Maxon keeps hounding me for results, but getting anything done with this project has been like trying to field strip a laser rifle without using your hands. I need all the help I can get, and if that means taking a few troops away from your scouting missions, I'm afraid you'll just have to make do. Now sign the damn forms and let me do my fucking job. I may have added a word for effect. Okay. Naria, I don't know who that is. DR 112. From Scribe Naria to Quinlan. I've checked the data 3 additional times to confirm, and I'm positive that the DNA sample we have on file for Paladin Dance matches the DNA sample you provided. I'm not certain why you're having me do these readings, but I can assure you that my data is accurate. Could you at least tell me where the sample you found originated from? Is this from what I brought back from the Institute? Are they gonna start finding out? Okay, we could do recon data listings. Let's see what they look like. Hardware down. Location. Hardware down, locked by Quinlan. Former retail location. Very likely to contain useful scrap or raw materials. Raiders last seen inhabiting the location. Proceed with caution. Raiders may be stockpiling ammunition or weapons as well. Suggest all sweep and retrieve teams recover whatever they can. Vault-Tec, Vault 75. Vault-Tec constructed vault in the basement of Madeline Middle School. Data suggest vault was created to experiment on children, but purpose has been struck from all records. Would like to retrieve as much data as possible from location, as well as any technological artifacts that were left behind. Robotics disposal ground. Junkyard littered with remains of pre-war robots. Scouting patrol reported a possible military-grade sentry bot that looks serviceable. Location likely to contain spare parts or electronic materials. Yeah, I probably fucking shot that sentry bot. Bat full regional office. Facility was former location for Bureau of Alcohol, Drugs, Tobacco, Firearms, and Lasers. Data suggest evidence lockers on site may still contain viable weapons or other useful equipment. Warning: scouting units have observed raiders operating in the area. I've never been here. I wonder. It'd be fun to explore. General Atomics Factory. Oh, factory was designed for the manufacture and repair of Miss Nanny robots. Site likely to contain technological artifacts and or documentation, as well as spare parts Proctor Ingram might find useful. If it's for Ingram, I'll fucking do it for her. The chance for automated security at this location is high, so proceed with caution. I'm always cautious. Oh fuck. Alright, the rise of Elder Maxon. Okay, opening notes. These entries are my attempt at writing a timeline documenting Elder Maxon's rise within the ranks of the Brotherhood. It's my sincerest wish that these entries will one day be compiled into a classic printed book format and distributed throughout the wasteland. Long live Elder Maxon and long live the Brotherhood. Okay. Background. Despite the defeat of the Enclave in the capital wasteland, the Brotherhood of Steel was still an organization divided. The Outcast, a splinter faction that left the safety of the Citadel, still struggled to survive in the capital wasteland. Separated from their parent organization while some of the Brotherhood members within the Citadel had no desires to reunite with their disgraced brothers, many saw the advantage in bolstering their own forces with warriors already trained and indoctrinated by the Brotherhood of Steel. Surely they could work out any physiological issues. Enter Maxon. Enter Arthur Maxon, young squire to both Owen and Sarah Loins, and descendant of the very founder of the Brotherhood of Steel, Roger Maxon. When Elder Owen Loins died, care of young Arthur Maxon passed to Sarah Loins, Owen's daughter, who was then named Elder in his place. But when Sarah fell in battle, shortly thereafter, things became complicated. The Brotherhood of Steel, based in the Citadel, found itself in need of leadership and began appointing one ineffective elder after another. Accomplishments. As the years passed and Arthur Maxon grew, so too did his accomplishments. At 12 years old, while on training patrol, he killed 2 raiders and saved the squad that was supposed to be escorting him. At age 13, he single-handedly killed a Deathclaw and gained the large facial scar he still has to this day. But it was his victory at age 15 over the super mutant Shepard, who was attempting to reorganize the Capital Wasteland super mutants, that elevated him to hero-like status. When word of this feat reached the elders back on the West Coast, they knew the time had come. Maxon was ready to lead, and more importantly, to reunite the fragmented Brotherhood of Steel forces on the East Coast. This is a short-ass book. Our new leader. So it was that a year later, when he was only 16 years old, Arthur Maxon brokered a peace within the outcast, reintegrating them into the Brotherhood of Steel, and proving he was as effective a diplomat as he was a warrior. Now reunited, the full force of the Brotherhood of Steel appointed Arthur Maxon as elder, the youngest in Brotherhood of Steel history. Yeah, I fucking assume so. And aftermath, Elder Maxon reigns supreme in the Capital Wasteland, and his authority and influence have been spreading across the eastern seaboard, thanks in no small part by the mobility afforded by the Prydwen. He has the full support of the elders back on the West Coast, who have proudly reported that they've begun eradicating cults that have popped up, worshipping Maxon as though he's some kind of god. Maxon himself is almost offended by the idea of being referred to as a deity, as it goes against everything he believes in. Arthur Maxon is happy to be one thing, the perfect, guys, he's not a deity, he's just the perfect human specimen, an example of everything a human can achieve. So he's not don't call him a deity, he's only fucking perfect. Assisted, even enhanced by advanced technology, but still very much human. Okay. That's a little silly, guys. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna find the next one. Everything else is pretty spread apart. Alright, we're here at Miss Ingram's terminal. Let's see what she has to say. I'm sure she has much to say. Of course, we're gonna start with the mail. From Maxon M.D. O'Dill. After having a long discussion with both Lancer Captain Kells and Knight Captain Cade, I've decided to deny your request for field service. While I understand that you've modified your power armor frame to accommodate your injury, and Cade has personally given it his seal of approval, I don't feel it's worth risking your life. You of all people should appreciate that machine can break down. In your particular case, If your frame fails while you're in the field, it could place you and anyone with you in extreme danger. Please don't take this personally, Ingram. I can't afford to lose you. My decision is final. I'm sorry. Okay, I mean, I get it. Before I couldn't understand why he would, but okay, from K to Ingram. I'm guessing you've already read that Maxon is denying your field work request. I did everything I could to talk him out of it, but he just wasn't convinced. If there's anything you need, even if you just want to talk about it, my door is always open. I hate to bring this up now, but you really need to head down here and let me tweak your leg hydraulics. Last time you were here, you complained that the shock absorbers weren't doing their job dampening your impacts from walking. Well, I was able to tweak some numbers and I'd like to look them over with you. After all, you're the expert when it comes to mechanical engineering. So there. Now you have 2 excuses to visit me in the sick bay. I hope to see you in here soon. And Tegan. From Tegan to Ingram. I've got a little surprise for you. Remember how you told me about those sweets you love so much? You know, the ones that look like the little colored discs? Well, Quinlan's last sweep and retrieve patrol just came in, and they found a whole roll of them. If that doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what will. Now, how about heading over to my quarters this evening and we can split it together? Don't worry, I'll be a complete gentleman. I just hate seeing you storm all over the repair bay with that damn scowl on your face. And I think this will cheer you up. Is he like, don't worry, I won't try to I was gonna say fuck you, but anyway, Maxon. From Maxon to Ingram. Now that Captain Kells has transferred all of your materials down to the surface, and that gantry construction has started, I think it's time we had to talk about the timeline of your new project. I'd like you to head up to the command deck as soon as possible so we can discuss the details. We have far too many resources tied up in this operation to allow anything to slip through the cracks. We have a war to win, Proctor, and I strongly believe that this ambitious project of yours will be our rallying cry. Okay, let's do work orders. Item 00345IM. Type repair. Status completed. Completed by Ingram, and the item is an internal air conditioning unit. Air conditioning unit had burned out its condensing coil from overuse. Needs to remind the soldiers that they can't constantly run the damn thing 24 hours a day. Copper condensing coils are tough to replace, and so had to make do with homemade version. Unit should last a while longer with moderate use. They don't even got AC in there. Item 00357RP. Repair completed. It's a Mr. Handy cultivation unit. Got called down to lab area, and their Mr. Handy was trying to cut through everything inside. Was almost ready to get some soldiers to shoot the thing before it hurt someone, but it tried to cut through the bulkhead and burned up its motor. Pulled the logic unit, and it looks like an old factory defect from the cultivation models. I've blown out the firm wire and rewrote the instruction set to fix the issue, replace the motor, and put the unit back in service. Good job, girl. Item 00366IM. It's an install. It was completed, and it was a ventilation filter system. Installed a ventilation system over the rear laboratory space to help Nira vent the stench of her mole rats to the exterior of the ship. Had to cut a few holes in the inner and outer plating, but triple welded everything to make sure it all stays tracked down. System is on a timer, so it shouldn't draw too much power from the ship's reserves. Was happy to help since I could smell her rats all the way down here. Oh shit. Item 000377EM. Repair. It was a vertibird gunship Vorpal. Vorpal threw a rotor on its last landing, so I hitched a ride with Spatchla and headed out to the crash site. Pilot did a hell of a job bringing his bird down in one piece. All I had to do was recover the rotor and set it back in place. There's some minor plating damage on the starboard thruster, but I'll hammer it down when Vorpal gets back to the airport. Was nice to get away from the Prydwen for once. That's so sad. Hopefully I can convince Kels to let me head out with some future patrols. That makes me sad. Okay, item 00380IM. Repair. Completed by Brain Bridge. Sewage lines. I don't know what the heck the mess hall is serving, but the sewage line was completely clogged. It was so disgusting. I had to borrow one of my buddy's power armor helmets to keep the smell from making me puke. I think I'd rather scrape rust off the exterior whole plating next time. Crazy, bro. Everyone's shitting. And lastly, item 00410EM. Install. It's a ground level gantry. Finally got the gantry done. I hope that I've engineered it to properly handle Liberty Prime's weight. I've also run a bunch of power shunts from the Prydwen's engines right down to a bunch of transformers under the control platform. I'll wire all of it into the system so we can change over from the ship's power to the big guy's internal power at the flick of a switch. Now all we need is a miracle to get Liberty Prime back on his feet. My girl, my poor girl, she just wants to go out, guys. She just wants to enjoy her life. That's all. Oh, I left this door open. Oopsies. I think there's something down here. Hello. It might be the other. No, it's obviously not the other way. There's nothing over there. Let's run down here. Yes, I think yes, the recreation one. Okay, what do we got? Ingram. Feel free to use this terminal to unwind. I've disconnected it from the Prydwen's mainframe, but keep it clean or I'm shutting it down permanently. If you've got a problem with that, keep it to yourself. If you've got a problem, just shut the fuck up. Okay, Tegan. Ingram told me about the Rex section under the main deck. I've contributed a few bottles of liquor and some cigarettes, but I don't have an endless supply. If you need refills, come see me and we'll do a trade. Womack. If anyone's up for it, I'm organizing a little nightmare feral hunt that's strictly off the books. I don't give a damn about the scents. These ghouls are disgusting. Well, not to one of y'all. These ghouls are disgusting, and we need to keep thinning them out before they infest the entire Commonwealth. I'm pretty sure we can start with the Cambridge Crater. See me if you're interested. Delcroix. McLaren got his suit wiped out trying to drop from the top of Trinity Tower, so the current record holder is still Petrus, and his Prydwen to ground drop. Remember, no leg armor mods allowed. Just a clean jump with standard T60, and you have to be able to walk away. No exceptions. That's not funny. Okay, Flores. I don't remember who was asking, but someone was looking for Mirelurk eggs. On my last patrol, we swept through Neposin Park and I saw a few nests, but Kels had me carrying a ton of gear. If you want to head out there, I'm sure you can pick up some of the eggs for yourself. Alright, I don't know why I thought they'd like have a game or something, but I guess not.
Taking on a Deathclaw without backup is a great way to get yourself killed.
Yeah, if you're fucking 4 years old. Because apparently a 12-year-old Maxon did it, or fucking whatever, so. And I ended up back here. Okay, I'm gonna look at these. Who does this shit belong to? Does it say a name? I gotta find somebody, bro. Who are
Ad Victoriam, sister.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I'm looking for someone.
By Elder Max and
Okay,
orders,
anyway.
all forms of technology
Okay,
should be
outgoing mail terminal. Outgoing mail. PEM 78 7A009. Karen, I really miss you, baby. I hope you're safe out there. Remember to keep the doors locked at night and the shotgun I gave you loaded at all times. Don't trust anyone unless you know them. And even then, keep an eye on everything they do. I don't know how long this tour will last, but I promise to come back safe. Love you. Okay, now I feel bad for laughing. Outgoing mail. PEM 78 7A011. Opened with moving your king's pawn 2 spaces, huh? Smart move. Try to control the center of the board and free up the queen and one of your bishops. I bet you think I'm going to mirror your move, but guess what? I'm going to move my queen's pawn 2 spaces so I can teach you a little something called the French defense. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of the game. Outgoing mail, PEM 78 7A015. Hey mom. That's so sad. What if it's a little kid? Those little kids that are on the... Okay. They're letting me send out a message before we initiate radio silence. I'm working with a pretty decent officer, a guy named Kells. He treats us well as long as we do what we're told. Working with the Brotherhood has been an amazing experience so far. It's nice to finally be making a difference in this messed up world. Gotta go for now, Mom. Say hi to Daniel for me. Not even a I love you. Outgoing mail, PEM 787A020. Chalk up 2 more dead ferals. That makes a total of 17 since I've been out here. You won't believe how easy they go down when you hit them with the laser rifle. It slices through the ugly thing like butter. When I get back from the store, I'm going to take you feral hunting. Trust me, you'll love it. For now, you'll just have to stick to hunting the local mole rats with your zip gun. I got a little scared when he mentioned something about feral ghouls going down, you know. Outgoing mail, PEM 78 7A026. I hope this message gets the right person. My name is Nightboda, and I served with your son, Initiate Arlen. I'm sorry to inform you that Arlen was shot and killed during one of our field training operations. I wanted you to know that he died a brave death, saving the life of 3 other initiates in the process. There's nothing I can say that will soften the blow of losing a child, but I want you to know that it was an honor to fight at Arlen's side. You should be proud of the sacrifice he made for the sake of his country. I've sent his personal belongings back to the Citadel. You have my deepest condolences for your loss, bro. This was still back in in the capital. Were you waiting for me? I'm gonna take this even though I'm sure I already have it. And let me see where we're going next. After, let me watch her do some push-ups, I